so long it's like alchemy.
Right away, Draymond in transition. Look at this nice left-handed skip pass to Zaza in motion, finishing at the rim. But more importantly, it was the defense early on. Zaza, look at this, shows perfect hedge on George Hill, gets back, Draymond timing, and the Frenchman, what's he gonna do? Surrender the ball. So they had Gobert kind of out of sorts early on in this. Look at Za pick up ball pressure here. He surprises him, and it just breaks his rhythm and his timing. They'll get into a pick and roll, but it's not at the time they want. Look at him bobble the ball here. We get out in transition, and Draymond was really running things all night long here. He's going to get to the line. Joe Johnson can do nothing but grab. And everybody's so concerned with the three-pointer. Watch Ingles not guard basket side. Easy lob. It's really Gobert's job because Zaza no threat to shoot from the perimeter. Quinn needs a quick timeout to gather this young Utah team. And then here's second chance opportunities. This is where Utah will hurt you. This is off an offensive rebound. Gobert, a very willing passer. ISO Joe from the arc. Easy three ball. I'd like to see them force Gobert to shoot a little more. And then take a look at the sneaky screen from Clay on George Hill. Steph reloads, still gets it, and he was on early.
Runs their offense.
KD, that's usually easy basket over somebody, but Gobert, the stifle tower in there blocking the shot. And then out in transition, Rodney Hood, it became too easy here late in the first as Utah had a push, and this was a good timeout from Mike Brown to kind of galvanize the troops. You see S. Dot back in the fold after the thumb injury. It was good to see him, didn't play much. Iguodala in the passing lanes, jumping. Now the thing with this second unit here for Utah is they only have one shot blocker, and that's Rudy Gobert. When he's not on the floor, now look at KD slither to the rim, really without any kind of trouble. And then JaVale needs to understand Shelvin Mack, read the scouting report. He's not going to come off the screen looking to shoot. He wants to get to the rim every time. Steph, floater game on fleek, was hitting them from left, right, free throw line, side. He was just getting it done. Iguodala like Ed Reed, jumping, the free safety, help defense, nice give and go, finishes above the rim. And like we've been doing the last 2 months of the season, finishing quarters and halves strong, built the lead. It was We Believe night, 10-year anniversary. Crazy to see. Shout out Monte, man. But like I said, the synchronicity, 10 years ago, and it was actually the Utah Jazz that eventually eliminated that We Believe team in the second round. Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer. Back to the game. D West, little head fake right around Derek Favors, who, you know, he's just not the guy that everybody thought he would be. It's like in high school, you was the man, homie. Then Clay quick scopes Joe Johnson from about 30 feet. And then look at David West contest a shot and then run out. You can run on this Utah team. Derek Favors, like I said, he's just not mobile. Remember when he was a big athlete coming out of Connecticut? He does not want to run the floor. David West taking advantage, and then Draymond. You can see Joe Johnson really kind of disrespecting Draymond's three ball there. Makes him pay. Watch David West hold Hill long enough for Clay to recover, then Draymond the dig down. So great team defense, getting them out in transition again, and then Draymond, nice two-footed plant finish with the left hand. I don't know if he went to 2 foot. That was a unique finish from Draymond. Now let's take a look at this defensive sequence here, the communication. All this action at the top of the screen is to get Joe Johnson switched on David West, and it just doesn't work. They communicate it, right? So here comes the pick and roll again. Up, they didn't get it this time. Here it comes again. Shot clock winding down. They switch. Draymond switches right back. And then David digs down with those boxer hands. Look at the communication between these two. The second unit for the Warriors getting it done defensively.
In 7 years.
Again, David West, right spot at the right time. KD, and then feet set, it's wet. You know the rules of the game when Clay catches that, triggering Steph watching from the sidelines as we up the lead. And then KD, this is what I would like to see them go to if there are crunch minutes in this game. Hayward has no chance at that elbow fadeaway. And then Steph puts Rudy Gobert in a blender, turns him all the way around, finishes on the other side of the rim. Steph was finishing so well with the floaters, getting to the rim, and he just had everything going. Take another look at this poor man's ankles, knees already hurt. But he just had a nice mix. And then look at him, a little sloppy. Dante Exum, the youngster, good patience from him. Draymond says no. Sends him back out in transition. Iguodala catches KD striding and gliding all the way to the rim, closing out the second half on a big run. Third quarter, this is the action they were doing. You see Gobert high pick and roll. And like I said before, with his injuries, I'd like to see them make Gobert a scorer. Let's see if he can score before you give so much help, leaving ISO in the corner. And then this is what we're all aware of. Steph tweaking the left ankle on an easy layup. Now, he stayed in the game. I caught it right away. The telecast didn't. Let's take another look at it here. That's a shot not a lot of you got in your telecast, this TNT overtime footage I have. It's not the greatest, but I did get that. Then Clay, their offense is just too predictable. It's so slow with our smart defenders. Zaza running the floor. Nice play by Clay, but their offense, it's so slow and predictable. You saw a lot of weak side defenders jumping the passing lanes. Rodney Hood went off a little bit in the third quarter. He gave him a nice push, had 8 straight points for them. And then Steph, you see the body language. This is post-ankle tweak, the little free throw leaner. He did leave the game soon after. Then Draymond needs to exploit Boris Diaw. Looks like he's been doing some calf raises, but he needs to exploit Diaw out on the perimeter. He cannot simply move his feet like that. And then, huge play in the fourth quarter. He hits him with the Harden. He gets him with the Harden. The cheap foul and one. You see Steph shoe off, getting the ankle tweaked. You assume the night is done for him as this second unit handles stuff. David West was diming everywhere. Draymond was the best player on the court all night. Another 3-ball. You see 17-point lead. Another bounce pass. And David West, one of his 7 assists, getting it done. So you see the shoe off, sitting there next to generic John Cena and some sort of plastic toy. You assume the night's over, right? Big lead, he's chilling. Wrong. The man enters the game again, very briefly here with the game at hand. And this is where I kind of flipped out. I'm not going to front. I'm sure a lot of y'all did too. Now, I don't know if this is Mike Brown not being able to tell Steph no, and Steph was like, hey, I want back in or what? And then right after this sequence here, you're going to see Draymond find some cookies here, and then Rudy Gobert, careful what you ask for, you might just get it, shoving Draymond. And let's be real, Rudy, you ain't built like that. You know Draymond's going to take mental note of that, like, okay, I got you, we playing like that. But beyond that, take another look at the shove. I'm just saying Rudy is not about that life. And Draymond, you know what I'm saying, is going to probably pay him back for that. But more importantly, why in the world was Steph Curry back in this game? Now, I wonder, now they took a look at this and if it was going to be a flagrant, and then all of a sudden Steph sat back down. And the question is, you see it was all smiles and he seems like he's all right. But I wonder if Myers or somebody went to the bench and was like, get that kid the hell out of this game. So I can't believe, and you see Dave taking in the sights. But I can't believe Steph came in for that brief minute. That kind of troubled me. Otherwise, Mike Brown was fine. I felt like he played McGee a little more than Kerr would have, and we didn't see much of Matt Barnes, but we handled game one as we should. It'll be interesting to see. Utah didn't get much out of Ingles or Favors. Hood showed up, but, the question of their depth, we'll see as the series moves on to game 2 Thursday night. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.